What you have argued is, in other words, you are asking this apex court, vested with jurisdiction, extraordinary jurisdictions as well, that only look at 185, and thus what would be the effect? The effect would be, during these proceedings, one thing has become absolutely obvious, that there has been a grave constitutional violation by excluding a political party on the basis of misinterpretation of the provisions and a judgment of this court. So now, indirectly, this apex court would be validating a grave constitutional violation and thus invoking the doctrine of necessity again. Now, this is not an ordinary 185 litigation. It relates to the rights of the people, particularly those who by now is very clear have been disfranchised by an unconstitutional interpretation by a constitutional body, and you want this court to validate it.
And adding to that, I mean, all we want to say, adding to that, this is not a case कि पटवारी ने ज़मीन किसी की इंटर पार्टी ले ली है तो हमने कहा 185 में देखना है, वो ऑर्डर आपने चैलेंज नहीं किया, आप नहीं कर सकते. This is not that. Please try to look at this as an election matter, which is perhaps something that one has to look into. It's a sui generis. It's a different kind of set of proceedings. Go under 185. We're looking at the electorate, we're looking at the national elections, we're looking, I mean, the apex court, national election, the electorate, the millions of people who voted. What I find very difficult is to look one segment of the election and ignore a very grave illegality that occurred just a minute before it, which led to that problem. So can we not attend it and close our eyes to it? Because if you open your eyes to it, all you have to do is that if three persons, according to the record, if ECP checks, PTI becomes a party of 3 members of 4. And then there is a party on the table, and then the independents have a choice to take their vote. Everything falls in place. So if that is not what justice is, I don't know what justice is.
My Lord, I take that since a lot has been said from this side, and since I may not subscribe to a number of things that don't expect this, justice, we all want justice, but it's a very elusive concept. If you go on personal justice, my concept may be different from your concept. Someone may be in favor of capital punishment, someone may be against it. On a justice principle, do we apply justice principles? We apply the law and the constitutional provisions. Now, read all the judgments of this court which introduce the doctrine of necessity, and all of them rely upon the justice principle. Les populi, Keynes's pure theory of law. This is actually they had lost the thing of the people. Every judgment has been based on premise. If they had simply followed the constitution and said, this is not permissible, you cannot take over, you cannot send elected representatives home, that would be the letter of the constitution. I'm not even going to the spirit of the constitution. When judges, some of them may have great wisdom, I am not one of those, say, forget what the constitution says, there is this one word, justice, and I'm going to erect an edifice on the basis of this one word, then we might as well do away with the constitution, because we are now imposing our vision on the nation. We are imposing what the constitution says. Hang on, constitution makers, you didn't quite get it right. We know what justice is. We are imposing our will on parliament. When we go into these vague concepts, we get into all sorts of troubles which are history. It's not academic anymore. Since mention was made of doctrine of necessity, it was on these very principles. When they can't find anything tangible to hang on to in the constitution, then opens the doors, because I can define justice any way I want to, someone else will define it any other way. So are we going to have this academic, and this is not even something which has really been argued, and I don't want to stick my neck out or let it come from as if it's a thing of the court saying this, that the doctrine of necessity was done, I think on the very very principle or the concept or what they borrowed, what they in their hearts or in their conscience, I would even go that far, they genuinely believed it. I wouldn't even say that, I wouldn't even attribute any malafide or ill intent to any of those judges. They genuinely believed it. I don't want let's Pakistan go on the constitutional path for once.
Learned Counsel, I think you finished your
My Lord, I have.
Attorney General, you haven't answered my question. Do we validate?
These are our opinions.
Do we validate a grave constitutional violation which has become obvious before us? That is inclusion
on something.
That is not premised. That is the orders have come before us. It has become obvious.
You want to respond?
We are ignoring the elephant in the room.
My Lord, I will now there are 4 judgments, one authored by Justice Shah on 187, one bench of which Justice Munib Akhtar was part of, and 2 other judgments on 187. The limitations which I have placed before you in 187 is what the law, what the Constitution says, how the courts have read it.